warmed up to 15 degrees outside, and I warmed up inside. So I'm going to take it. So, is there any difference in these pieces? Because I'll have to bolt them together in the middle. Is there any difference on either end? Okay. Yes. This. Ha. There are three little holes in the end that are where the stoppers are from, so they have to be out on the edge. So slippery. Now I think I should be building this up on some blocks. So anyway, I'm going to put this thing together. There's one cross piece that has an extra bracket, and that's what bolts the two pieces of the track together. I have to raise it up higher than I have it right now in here. So I have this old 3x6, 16 foot long that I cut on the old sawmill. I'm going to cut that into maybe 4 chunks and then put those under the track to raise it up a little so I can work on it. Most of the cross pieces don't have a extra bracket on the bottom, so that's the one. Down in here in the bottom are the instructions, so I think I'll take those in and read it. Looks like a wrench even down in there. I did print out a large copy of how to assemble the track so I don't have to wear my reading glasses. Anyway, my hands are already cold, so I'm going in. Well, we're going to put in the first bolt to hook the tracks together. The way it works, according to my diagram, it says the saw starts here, which is on my left, and then it comes across the long track, and in this middle piece, which has the flange on it, connects the two track pieces together. Now I have to push in my right knee, which never quite works right. I have a knee replacement. When I was a younger man in my 40s, I damaged it pretty bad, took out the anterior cruciate ligament on a ski hill when I was young and less intelligent. Hey, just young. And then that got healed up. And then after that, I put I fell off of a roof. Actually, the sawmill shed on our big old circular saw. It's darn cold out here. So I had an artificial knee, and it feels like when you kneel, you're kneeling on a baseball, which makes it a nuisance to get down and try to do these. Boy, it's cold on my fingers. Okay, here's the first, maybe, the first bolt with the nut on top. According to the diagram, you poke the bolt up from the bottom, and then you put the nut on top. Okay, now I need to say something like the man on the moon. A small step for man, no, a small step for mankind, but a big step for man. That's about right. Well, that's crookeder than heck. Doesn't look like I'm set up very straight. So now I'll put one on the other track. Then we'll go over on the other side and see if they actually, I think I got the two right. Okay. Almost got to do this without my gloves on, at least to start with. Well, indeed, doesn't bend on it, should either. Oh, it does line up. Easier to just lay down for me than to get that knee bent. I went through the therapy to do that, but it had been damaged so badly, my knee, that we were satisfied to get about a 90-degree bend out of it, and then not go for the additional. My golly, lines up perfectly. I'm not going to tighten them up until I have it all in, so I can move it around some. This isn't going to be hard at all. So up like this is what it showed in the picture. should have put this up on a high stand so I wouldn't be looking so awkward. Okay, so the mill is supposed to run this way, so these cross pieces have to have the back square log stop on that side over there. So I've got those laid out correctly. So now I'm going to go ahead and bolt the rest of those down. I'm working my way down, but I pretty near have to use bare hands, and still only 17 degrees at noon, so I have to warm up. I got this old electric heater here that sort of runs, and it heats it up. I did learn one thing. I should have took my bolts in the house where they were warm, and then it would have been warmer on my hands, because, and then I did something else interesting. You see, it was 4 below last night out here, and as I was going to hold one bolt, I stuck it in my lips like you might do a nail, and by golly, it froze right fast. I didn't have to rip it loose. I just blew some hot air out through my mouth, but that an interesting thing about working in really cold. Well, I'm going to warm up my fingers and finish up. I got the left side 2 ends bolted. I'm about 1/3 of the way, 1/4 of the way through right now, but I need to keep warming up. Well, they're finger tightened. The cross pieces, the things that hold the log, are finger tightened to the frame, and I see I have to actually hook the end stops on. That's those little metal plates there. And then before I tighten it up, I have to do the width. If you look, well, that one's tight, but probably at least a 1/2 inch of slide there, so I'll have to measure it to get it exactly right. I'm curious how heavy it is. Oh, I suppose 2 people could, if they were reasonably strong, could pick it up and move the track. Although I would say I could slide it up onto a trailer and just drag it someplace easily too. This is the track itself. Anyway, my fingers are froze up, and I'm going to go warm them up, and then I'll come out and put the stops on, and then probably try to measure and level it up, but I don't know if I'll do that today or not. It's pretty cold on me, my hands. But that went easy, and there were enough bolts. There were actually a couple left over. I see I'll have to try to get those together and leveled so it doesn't bump.